recording, no?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let me start. Guys, as you know that, okay, so I'll be taking just half day today. Due to the yesterday I was struck with rain, has a heavy rain near to my home. I was fully wet. That's the reason I plan to take the online.
So as in second half, is there something?
Second half we check with Anshika. So what?
Okay.
What is the things? Okay. Okay, this is my another laptop where what I'm using it. So let me open my. Is it all guys they have joined?
Raj, which keyboard are you using? Which keyboard are you using?
I am using Logitech.
Okay.
K120. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is.
And my PC is my Mac Pro, this Apple laptop I'm using. Okay, guys. So can we start the session, guys? So as you know that, so Cisco data centers, I'll be covering the theory part today. So if possible, tomorrow we'll do the lab sessions for the SD-WAN and Cisco data center. So as you know that, guys, your Cisco data center has, as you know that this is my specialization, guys. I think I told you, right? Okay, so this is my specialization. So which I am certified for all my CCNA, CCNP and CCIE written I have completed. So these are the list of like where I'm certified for these Cisco data centers. Okay, so I can tell you like how much I can able to feed you for regarding the data centers. So you know, so every organizations they have their own data center, right? So you know that. So now data center has become very important for all the people. They should know the devices has been used. So before I jump to the slides, so which I have it, okay, I want to explain the basic concept of the data center. What is data center? Okay, so then what are the devices are used? Then we'll go for the technical specification of the each device. Okay, so you want me to on the camera, guys? On the camera. Okay, so I think now you can see my video, right? Let me on like this. Is it my camera is on, right?
Yes, Taj.
Yeah. It could be better to just on your camera, like before I could start. Just I want to see you all the guys where you are sitting. You're sitting in the training room or different locations in the office.
So as it was work from home today for us because of rain.
So we have work from home today.
All.
Yes, it was raining, so I think Deekshita is in office.
Oh. So rest of the people all they are at home now.
Yes, Taj.
Okay. So only Dikshita has come to office today.
Sir, me and Anjali are there.
Okay. Okay, so even today also got some alerts like heavy rain today evening.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So let me take the advantage, guys, because if possible. So Anshika said to take the half day. So we'll try to give if I'm set up the lab setup for these things at my server. So if second half also, if possible, I will take the sessions for the lab part. Is it okay, guys?
Okay, Taj.
Okay. So guys, please pay attention, guys. So as you know that I want you people to learn this technology, guys. So as you know, data center switches has become the very popular. There is a no still competition for the Cisco data center switches. Especially I'm talking about NEXUS switches.
That CCNA is common for all, right? For all the specifications.
Yeah,
You have written only once, right? CCNA.
yeah. So previously it was common.
Hmm.
Previously it was different.
Okay,
Previously
okay.
CCNA you have CCNA data center, CCNA RNS, CCNA security, and same thing for CCNP also. CCNA data center, CCNA routing switching, CCNA security.
Okay.
Okay, for CCI. So now what they made, in Cisco people, okay, for CCNA, they made common. There is a no specializations for CCNA level. So when
Just
you
routing
come,
and switching.
just routing switching and some in that what they have added, okay, so they have added some wireless technology. Wireless, okay, some the cloud based networking. Okay. Again, they have come up with one more thing. I think that is security. They had it. So these are the things concept they have come up with. So if you come to CCNP, okay. So for CCNP, so they have data center, CCNP, CCNP security, CCNP service provider, CCNP enterprises. Okay. Again CCNP. Again, I think they have DevOps. So like the same thing for your CCIE as well. Okay. To pass the CCNP certifications. Okay. So each technology, minimum 3 exam you have to pass for all. For all these domain, you have to pass all 3 exam to become your CCNP certified. Okay. If you want to planning for CCI certifications, okay, Cisco certified, okay, Internet Network expert. So here they have segregated into 2 things. One is written, okay, and one more is your lab exam. Okay, and specialization is same. For CCI, you want to become a special expert in data center or security or service provider, enterprises, or any other developer operations, or even cyber security. Also, they have come up with CY, CYA cyber security. For CCI, they have the 2 exams, written exam. So when you pass the written, then you are eligibility to give your CCIE lab exam. Okay. CCI lab exam, I think it costs around 450 USD. Okay. And regarding the lab exam, so lab exam cost around I think 2,200 USD. Okay. For lab exam, once the expiry date is just 12 months. For this CCIE written exam, if you pass this, then only you are eligibility to book your lab exam. The expiry date is 12 months. Within a 12 month, we have to give the CCIE lab exam. Okay, the exam centers for this lab exam are, okay, in India, only Bangalore is a center. In India, not in Delhi or Mumbai or Chennai or Hyderabad. So Bangalore in ecosystems near Matahalli, the Cisco systems, they have the lab exam. You can book there, you can check the lab, these things. If you miss the Bangalore, okay, the another location is Dubai, okay, and another location is Hong Kong, and like Sydney. Again, US, they have I think 5 branches. London, Saint Johannesburg, South Africa. Very few centers, and I think Brazil also. These are the few centers where we can give your CCIE lab exam. The duration is 8 hours. Okay, this is all about the examinations. I think I never told you before about this, right? So, any questions here you want to ask here?
Sir, even for cyber security and all, we have to pass this data center security, enterprise, DevOps and all.
No, Sirisha. So actually, so these are the things like is optional, like which technology you want to become the specialization. You want to become the data center engineer, like network security engineer.
Okay.
Okay, you want to become the service provider. You want to become the enterprises network or DevOps or your cyber security. Okay, same thing we can do. So see, so for example, so I have passed my CCNA, okay, DC data center, as well as CCNA routing and switching also I have passed. Then I have planned to become the CCI expert for data center. So then I have given my CCNP data center. Then CCIE, okay, I have passed my written this exam.
Okay.
So within a 12 month, I have booked the lab exam in Bangalore.
Okay.
Okay, so which I told you before, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Depending upon your which interest you want to planning, we can give the exam. Is it clear?
Yeah, sure. Clear.
Okay. So let me take. Let me erase this. This is just overview, guys. One of the things I said. Uh, did I told you before this about these examinations?
You had told only about CCNA, I think.
Okay.
Specialization and all you had not told us.
Okay. Now you understood, right?
Yes, that's.
Okay. So just remember this, guys. So depending upon like which technology you are interested, so based like accordingly you can plan it. Okay. So now come to your that is your Cisco, your data center. Okay. So now, guys, so what is the data center? So as you know, what is the main task of data center? What could be the few technology you might be using this? Technology used in data center. Any idea? First thing is networking, which is very important. Okay, and networking has been segregated into your LAN, WAN, okay, again SAN. Remember guys, I'm not again here because this is my domain. Okay, and next part is will come under your servers. Okay, in servers again they have categorized into okay rack mount, okay, blade servers, is a blade server guys. Okay, and other parties again you have UCS chassis, which I was talking about yesterday. And third one is your storage. Okay, for the storage, so we are using okay, so we are using I think you know about NetApp. Anybody heard about NetApp? Okay, storage switches, storage switch also available guys, and your SAN for your FCOE. So this all the part guys, okay, where we are using in the any data center. Okay, so these are the list of technology for every data center are required. So last one is which I forgot, that is your security. Security might be you might be using your firewall, okay, or software based or hardware based. Software or hardware based firewall. So most will be your hardware based firewall. So these are the list of technology guys we are using in data center. As you know that the data is increasing every minute, some terabytes is increasing every hours, right? The other reason the capacity and the capability of the hardware networking should be very fast with the high density. These all technology are required, so we will call this also so comprehensive technology are used in the any data center. Maybe you take your Facebook data center, or maybe you take Google, or like IBM, Microsoft. They have their own data center. Because in Bangalore we have Microsoft data center in Bangalore. If you got any opportunity, I think you might visit that. Just visit. It could be very helpful to understand what is data center. Okay. So now, guys, now jump to my slides, which I have it. I'm using these slides. So the agenda could be guys brief hardware overview, software versions used in devices. So before this guys, so let me explain one more thing which I forgot to tell. Okay, for networking guys, so we are in Cisco data center, what they are using Cisco NEXUS switches. Okay, and NEXUS switches again they have categorized into 9000 series, okay, 7,000, 5,000 and 2,000 and 1,000 virtual switches we are using from VMware. Okay, now come to the server part, which as I am talking about here. Okay, so this is the one part of the technology. The devices are used. Okay, now other part of this thing is server perspective. So we are using Cisco UCS. Okay, Unified Computing System. Okay, so where we are going to mount your all C series, B series, your rack mount servers. So this is how, I think yesterday I showed this diagram also. So this is how the server will be mounted inside the chassis. Okay, so here we'll be having your bill, and this one we will call as fabric interconnect. These two, this is one, and this one more what I didn't draw properly. Let it, yeah. This is your FI2, and this is my FI1, which you are connected when you, yes, we can open your date server that we can insert. Okay, so this is called your UCS. Okay, Unified Computing System. Okay, for your servers. Okay, for the storage, Cisco storage switches. Storage switches. So it starts from the series, I think 9,000 series, 9K, 9014 switches as I remember. Okay, for the storage. And regarding the security, so they can use as whichever the firewall you prefer to go. So if you are the Cisco, obviously they might go with the ASA. Sorry. Cisco ASA or your firepower. Or you can say your Palo Alto, your Checkpoint, your Fortinet, or whichever firewall you want to use it. So this is optional, guys. It's not mandatory you can use it. But if you talk about these devices, guys, this is very high powerful switches, which are going to discuss now. Okay, so let's jump to the slides now. So as you know that software versions, NEXUS operating system, how does it works in layer 2? NEXUS operating systems in layer 3, we are going to discuss that. Okay, then fabric path and VDC we shall discuss. Virtual device context, what is this? Okay, and fiber channel over Ethernet. Just I told yesterday about what is this FCOE and overlay transport virtualization, OTV, and VPC, virtual port channel. Okay. So over here the 7K guys, this is 7000 series switch. Okay, the diagram I will show you how this look like. Okay, let me. So regarding this one, typically data center core or aggregation. So here, depending upon your requirement, okay, so you can be able to use this. Okay, the main thing is why we are so very much interested for data center is the capacity, the performance, and densities and availability is very high compared to any Cisco Catalyst switches. One more thing, it is a unified input-output system. Okay, so as you know that guys, What are the ports? What we are seeing? That all the LAN ports. Okay. So here in the data center, we also required your LAN port as well as SAN ports. Okay. So there is a drag and drop. We can drop like we can select like which port you want LAN port, which port you want to make it SAN port. That is called unified input output system. Input output device also we can say. Okay, we can select like which port you want to make it. That we can do in your this thing, Cisco UCS. Okay, that is very good feature they had it. FCOE switch, okay, but not the fiber channel switch. So your FCOE, what is FCOE? Guys, yesterday I told you guys in the office. Okay, fiber channel over Ethernet. Okay, this is the technology which they have come up with by Cisco. What they did is this technology which will segregate your LAN and SAN traffic. Okay, so redundant power supply, line card, and supervisor. Okay, the supervisor, what we can see, guys, which is the brain of your UCS or even for your NEXUS switches, which will manage your entire chassis. Okay. The current is 7 form factors. The series available for 7000 series switch. You can see 7018, 7018, 7019, 704, 7718, so 7710, 7706. Okay, so here what is this 18, 10, 9, 4 indicate means? So 7001 with the one supervisor model is available. For this one 7018, it contains the two SUP models. Okay, and 10 it's available a number of modules we are going to mount inside the chassis. So it's not a single chassis, guys, because in the chassis we are going to insert the your NEXUS switches. So currently two types of line cards are available. So M series card, layer 3 cards, so rich feature rich cards. So F series cards. Actually, they have M series and F series cards. So M series are specially designed for your L3 cards. For F series, for L2 cards. The performance is oriented cards because usually for aggregation layers we are going to use these cards. If you are going to connect with M series card, we are going to connect for a core network. Line card feature, gas M series specification layer through routing we can do. So your fabric extender, OTV and trust seconds. Whereas in F series, so fabric path, VPC, VPC plus and FCOE we can able to configure. Okay, so the NEXUS 5000 series. So as we can see, typically N2 row aggregation for top of the rack. Okay, so remember, so NEXUS 5000 series switch. Okay, so what we are doing here, here this will most will be connected for your layer 2. We are connecting. Typically layer 2, but can do limited layer 3 as well with add-on daughter cord in the 550 series. If you want to use more features about layer 3 features, if you add one daughter board to the inside the switches, it has got the capability to work with the layer 3 as well. So as you know, it has the unified I/O devices and both FCOE and native fiber channel switches. And as you know that it has the redundant power, but not supervisor. So we have only one supervisor model, which is going to manage your entire switch for 5000 series switch. The platform overview. So currently, so we are using first generation, okay, NEXUS 5000 series. So 510 and 5020. Second generation 550, 5548, 5596, and mainly layer 2 switches. Actually, this especially for the layer 2 switches. So 550 can be supported layer 3 add-on the port as I told you. Okay, so both FCE forwarding and native fiber channel switches support unified ports as well for Unified. UP means unified ports. So ports can run on Ether or native fiber channel. So I think you might ask, what is the fiber channel? Fiber channel is a port which is connected only for the storage. That is also look like same your Ethernet port. So no difference. The main difference is the capacity and throughput is very high. Both has got a high throughput. So here the Cisco people, they had designed such a way that so you can be able to connect with their storage device. That is a very good feature they have it. Okay. So let's move on. So ports can run as Ethernet or native fabric channel. So it can run on Ethernet as well as fiber channel. So Ethernet ports allows it look like this guys. Let me explain. This is very important to understand this. Okay. So how does it work, guys? First understand. Okay. So this is my 5K switch. So which has got lot of ports are connected. Okay. So one port. Okay. I have connected with my one server. So as you know that for server, which port we require? We port Ethernet port, right? And one port will connect one more server. Okay, and remaining all these ports we are not using it. Of course, these all are here has got unified port. Now, what is a unified port, guys? So now these all ports are free. Okay, I have my storage. Okay, this is my storage where I'm running a lot of disks inside. Okay, for these type of ports, okay, I can connect this port for all my storage devices. For storage, is required high throughput, high density. So this all each port has got capability to up to 10 to 100 gig each port. This is capacity. Now, what is a unified port now? Now, this is my Ethernet port. We'll call ETH. And this port, we'll call it as your fiber channel. Understand, guys? This port will call it as your fiber channel. Means Cisco has been designed such a way that so this port we can design as per your requirement. So these all ports, okay, we can convert Ethernet port or fiber channel port, whichever you want according to your requirement. You can able to do it. That's what he's talking about. Guys, are you listening there?
Yes, that's
Okay. Sure. Your fiber channel ports allows to at least port and counter down and require the reboot or reallocation port. Okay. So once if you change, okay, to Ether port, your ETH port to the fiber channel port, so we need to restart the device once you commit, once you save it. Okay, that's what it's talking about. So now, what is fabric extender? So your Nexus 2000 series switch, okay, we'll call it as a your FEX. We'll call it as a FEX, or even they will call this one also. Let me go back. Yeah. We'll call a FEX or fabric extender. So act as a remote line card for a 7K and 5K, because as you know that we require a lot of devices to be connected. Just this Nexus 2000 series, which doesn't have the Nexus operating system, So it will take this operating system for 5K or 7K. It will download. This is the one lab part for this. Okay, we can download this operating system. It will copy from 7K or 5K. All management performance of the parent switches, no console or VTY or port of effects. NEXUS operating system automatically download from the parents switches. Okay, this 2000 what I told just now, this 2000 it will take copy from your above parent switches, which is connected 5K and your 7K or 9K. So essentially, VN tag your IEEE 802.1 switch, not an Ethernet switch. This is not the Ethernet switch. This is we'll call the fabric extender, where we are going to connect your Cisco UCH chassis and your Cisco storage devices, which will go to your storage database. Okay. So traffic between the local port and the fabric must be flow north via uplink to the parents and then south back down. It has to go via from north side, again come down from north to south. The traffic is the flow of movement and can impact design decisions to platform replacement. Okay, so what is talking about? So here is talking about when you want to change, you can change it. Okay, so as per your requirement, you can able to change it. Software version of this thing, guys. You should remember this. Is talking about the software version of a CCI lab. So NEXUS OS version 6.5.4.2.5 and for on NEXUS 7000 series, 5000 and 1000B. This is a virtual 6000B. And this is the storage, guys. 9000 series, which I told. So 93221 switch. Okay, and multi-direct relay switch. This one. This is our storage switches. And UCS software release 2.4 for the UCS 6248 fabric interconnect. Okay, operating system basic, guys. So NEXUS is the core in the layer 2 and layer 3 switches. Similarly, in many aspects of the catalyst switches IOS. As you know that, what are the things you learned, guys, below in Cisco? So just we learned the Cisco IOS, which has got capability for VLAN, trunking, BTP, your PVST, MST, Ether channel, your per VLAN parity protocol, UDLD, FHRP, IGRP, and your BGP. These are the features I think you've done the lab, right? Do you remember all these, guys?
Yes, Taj.
Right. So these are the list of labs where you can, I think we have done this lab, all these labs. So let me, very congested. Just give me just 1 minute, guys. Let me log into other my PC. Okay, so let's move on. So now the key new feature behind the catalyst switches. So after these catalyst switches, guys, so what they have come out with? Okay, so they have added, as we can see. So the key new features behind the catalyst IOS switches is now in the NEXUS operating system. What else you can do? You can do fabric extender, VPC, the virtual port channeling. So guys, remember, VPC is nothing but a same work as your Ether channel. Guys, are you listening?
Yes, Taj.
Okay, what I'm talking about here is, so here are what are the things you learned. Okay, for Ether channel, it is nothing but a, here they will call VPC. Okay, then fabric path and OTV means overlay transport virtualization. your fiber channel switches, and FCV, etc. These are the few features they added in NEXUS operating system. The NEXUS port channels and Ether channels. Okay, so let's discuss it. What is this? So unlike iOS, NEXUS OS does not support PAGP. What is PAGP, guys?
That's DHCP.
PAGP. I'm talking about PAGP on your slides. Can you see, right?
Yes, yes.
What is that?
Port aggregation protocol. It is used in Ether channel now.
Ah.
I mean, full form I Google, but PAGP and LACP, it is used generally in this thing. What is that? Ether channel. If it is of the same, if it is the same switches, then we use PAGP. If it is not the same switches, like different device between from Cisco to some other, then we use LACP.
Okay, means PAGP means where we are connecting for other vendor switches. Correct? Means here NEXUS OS is not going to support for your other vendor devices. And channel must be statically on or LACP negotiable. No switch port mode desirable. So this is not going to support. Yes?
No, there was a request in the meeting, so I just wanted to inform.
Okay. So now let's move on. So LACP must be enabled with the feature LACP. So what is LACP now? So what is talking about? LACP must be enabled with the feature LACP. Okay, one of the killer applications of NEXUS operating system is virtual port channel. This is a very good feature they have come up with. Okay, virtual port channeling. So multi-chassis Ether channeling has got capability to bundling all the ports. We can bundle. I will draw the one data center architecture, guys, which is very standard for all. I will draw that one. Analog is for the 3750 cross stack wise channel and 6500 virtual switch systems. So these are the things they have come up with the NEXUS operating system. So previously, what are the things you learned? Okay, so that all are just a basic what you have studied, because these are the few channels so which they have already started. Guys, anybody can accept my request, because I have joined with another PC, because the admin have logged out. But there is an if anybody request has been come, please allow it. Okay. Okay. Now NEXUS OS spanning tree. Do you remember, guys, what is spanning tree?
Yes, Taj.
What is spanning tree?
Taj, it's a protocol that switches are used to prevent redundancy from happening. I mean, from for redundancy only. So basically, if the same switch is connected with multiple links, one of that will be down.
That's it. Any other guy?
It basically helps in a loop-free network. That's
Yeah. Basically, it's what it does. It does a loop-free network. I think I'm requesting. Anybody can accept this, guys? Okay, I think it's fine.
Done, Taj.
Yeah, so I think again. Let me share it. Okay, I think we were here, right? Okay, so let me explain about what exactly is that. So the main features what the spanning tree means is going to prevent the loop-free network, which is very good concept, the spanning tree job, right? The main thing, other part of this session I want to add here is what it is, because spanning tree is what basically it does. So any one of the port is going to block it by default, right? So here, unlike iOS, Nexus OS does not support your legacy of CST PVST plus. Default spanning tree mode is rapid PVST. So it's not going to support your per VLAN spanning tree protocol and your CST. Okay. So by default, it works your rapid spanning tree protocol, because to avoid the your listening learning concept, because it will come up fast. That is per VLAN spanning tree, but use 802.1W rapid spanning tree protocol. So also supports 802.1S multiple spanning tree protocol, that is MST. It supports MST. So Nexus was defined 3 spanning tree port types. So here your spanning tree support the 3 ports type. Okay, that is spanning tree port type, normal, edge, and network. So this we have to remember, guys. So I might be asking this in your Viva session. Okay, let's see how many people can remember this. I'll be asking the questions like in Nexus operating system, like what are the spanning tree ports? So you should tell normal, edge, and network. Okay. Nexus OS switches type, as I told you, right? Normal switches. Normal ports act like your Catalyst iOS ports, but if a spanning tree port type, run rapid per VLAN spanning tree protocol. Okay, I might be asking this question as well. And spanning tree ports type edge are the edge port or spanning tree port fast ports. Means it act as like whenever you just plug in to this port, okay, listening learning will be avoided, direct listening and forwarding. Means link will come up very fast. The spanning tree protocol types here, what you can see, okay, network port run STP bridge assurance. So if this is everybody here, network port in spanning tree. So what is the job of this? Means network port run spanning tree bridge assurance. Means like it has got the capability to connect the different network, which will come up, which will read the entire updates very fast. Okay. So now, and next thing is bridge assurance. What is this? All spanning tree network ports send the BPD, as you know that. What is the BPD, guys? Do you remember? What is BPD?
It is that hello message. I forgot what it stands for. BPDU, Bridge Protocol Data Unit.
Okay.
Is it correct?
Okay. It's almost you're correct. Bridge protocol data unit. Remember, guys, every switch use the BPDU. What are the switches we are using? They use the BPDU. So what is BPDU is, remember, okay. So every 2 seconds, this message will keep on sending every 2 seconds to check what? To check who is my root bridge, who is my non-root bridge, who is my root ID. These informations are available in BPDU message or even keep alive message. Remember guys, this is very important BPDU. Okay. And next thing is, regardless of the spanning tree port stage, legacy 802.1d only send BPDU from the root bridge down the stream. So here good thing is, when the election has been processed, elected, only the root bridge, okay, that is a root bridge can only send the BPDU updates to rest of the all the switches which is connected from your downstream switches. Primary goals to protect the against the unidirectional links. It should not be the both the direction. Everybody will send the BPD message. It should not be. That the results. That is the part of your bridge assurance that it will only the root bridge can able to send the message. Replace the loop guard functionality. Okay, because loop guard means it replace this loop guard. Secondary is in the same function effect as a VTP pruning. That is your virtual trunking protocol pruning. So whenever any changes, so immediately it will come out. VLAN stop regarding your trunking link that do not receive any VPD from the this thing, because it will be given only for the VLANs which already exists. It already exists, it doesn't require any this one, any VLANs trunking information. It will be given only for your root bridge router. Okay. So this is how the bridge assurance diagram you can see. You can see this is my NEXUS NEXUS 5K1 and 2. So this is how they exchange the information. Here we have the VLAN 10, 20, 30, and here 20, 30, 40. Okay, which is the common here? Which is the common here?
Green line.
What did you understand about this diagram, guys? So what do you understood in this diagram?
Okay, so there are multiple switch ports, and only in one switch port it is allowed. Rest are spanning tree is activated in the rest.
Okay. Any other guys? Any other guys?
Data is being transferred from NSK 5.1, like VLAN 10, 20, 30 is being transferred to NSK 5.2. Similarly, VLAN 20 and 30 are also being transferred to NSK 5. So uh, uh, consistently, these two VLANs are being transferred. So hence, VLAN 20 and 30 are common among these two VLANs.
Yes, very good, Srisha. Very good. You can see, right, guys? You can see. So what I'm showing here, the VLAN 20 and 30, okay, is a common. But right here 2030, here 2030. So those who create the VLAN, only those VLAN can able to communicate with each other, not the 10 and 40. 10 and 40, 40 is not there here, and 10 also not there here. So those who have the common VLANs, they can able to communicate. Okay, this is called your bridge assurance in your port types. Okay. So now on layer 3, NEXUS OS layer 3, what are the features here? The features here, you can see like Catalyst iOS, NEXUS OS supports native layer 3 routing inference. That is no switch port. Just we have to type the no switch port. Same thing in the packet tracer also. If you take layer 3 switches, just you type no switch port. So the switch act as a router. layer 3 switches. It has got the capability to work your layer 3 switches. Okay, so let's move on. So now your switch virtual interface, SVIs, that is VLAN interface. Means we must, once you created the VLAN, just VP the IP address for the VLAN interface. Okay, must be enabled with the future interface VLAN. Because one more thing, as when you're going to configure here any routing protocol, also we can configure OSPF, EAGRP, what are the things you learned till now. Same thing we can configure in NEXUS OS also, especially in layer 3. Right, routing protocol will come under layer 3. Just remember this. Okay, just we need to create the SVIs and give the IP address. So before using any applications here, first you should enable the feature. If you want to enable the OSPF, then enable feature OSPF. Then we can use router OSPF or you are using process ID. Same thing for your EAGR. Feature enable. That's it. You have to give the command. Then only your NEXUS operating system will enable that feature. So NEXUS routing protocol, what are the things we can see? We can see on the screen, right? So these are the list of we can do in your NEXUS OS. Your RIP static, RIP version, IPv4 and IPv6. RIP NG means, any idea? RIP NG means? What is RIP NG, guys? Guys, are you there?
Yes, but don't know that. What is NG?
I will tell you. Wait, let me ask other guys. Maybe someone's know. Trisha, Rahul, Diksha, Rida.
Sir.
No, sir, no clue.
RIP NG means RIP next generation.
NG means next generation. Got it.
Next generation. What is this next generation? What RIP version 2? Which IP address we are using? IPv4, right?
NG is IPv6.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Understood, guys?
Yes, Taj.
Yes, sir.
Remember, guys, this might be my MCQ question as well and Viva also. Even for your last technical presentation also, I am going to ask this question. Okay, move on. Same thing as I told you guys, EHRP, here itself we can see EHRP version 6 is that everybody supports here IPv6. Same thing for your OSPF. Right now we are using OSPF version 2. Now OSPF version 3 is nothing but your IPv6. ISIS, yesterday I told, okay, this is also one routing protocol, many companies are using it now. BGP and policy-based routing. So policy-based routing means works based on your duration and time bound, where we can fix your expiry dates. That is will come under your policy-based routing. No network commands in IGP, activity on the link. So no all protocol use the same licensing. For each protocol, you must take the licensing. You cannot use one license. If you purchase, it will be applicable for all. No, you have to buy the individual one. Okay. Okay. So now next thing is NEXUS VRF. What is VRF? So virtual routing forwarding, guys. You can see the VRF is nothing but your virtual routing forwarding. So instance are used to create a separate logical routing table. It has got the capabilities to create a separate logical tables. So layer 3 interface and different VRF cannot extend the traffic by default. If it is a different VRF, so they don't have rights to exchange their traffics. In NEXUS OS VRF, okay, behaves slightly different than iOS. Okay, what are the thing you configuration you made till now? Okay, in Cisco, so we have used only Cisco iOS operating system, and here in NEXUS operating system, okay, so here automatically it doesn't do. The behavior is also different. Okay, so management 0 is automatically in VRF management. So for every device, as I told you guys, they must be on management port. And here also same, they will be having the management 0 port, which is available where you can able to manage your device. VRF also defined as your VRF context. Static routing is defined under the VRF context. Dynamic routing we are aware, but configure under the string process. So executive mode running constant VRF exchange. Okay. So what is talking about, guys? So here is talking about, okay. So when the VRF has been defined, virtual routing forwarding, where it is separate routing table. Okay. So where you can going to configure your routing static. Okay. And but configure under the same process. Within a box, you can be able to configure your all this routing protocol. So redistribution. So redistribution has got the capability here to do that this thing. Unlike iOS, the route map also required to perform the redistribution with the NEXUS OS. Same route map match set logically as your iOS, and redistribution does not include the directly connected interface. Obviously, right? If it is directly connected, no need to do the any redistribution. So even we cannot do any routing protocol. Redistribution is applicable where you are going to connect with the other different uh, network which is not directly connected. So fabric path. So what is fabric path? So pre-standard version of your trail. Okay. So if you talk about so what is trail? Okay. So let me check and cover this trail. Then essentially layer 2 Ethernet routing. So use ISIS routing layer 2 frame instead of using STP. Okay. If you talk about, let me check. So what is tree, guys? Let me explain what is the pre-standard version of the tree. So transparent interconnections of lots of links. You understood, guys? What is this? Is fabric path pre-standard version of tree. TRILL. What is TRILL means? Transparent interconnection of lots of links, means many links. Okay, it is a technology that addresses the same requirement as a Cisco fabric path and almost all the same benefit of the fabric path. And one more feature what they have mentioned here. So it has got the capability for to make it more, to increase the bandwidth with the less latency, and this all the technology which we are using, this all comprehensive technology, so which has got capability and throughput which is very high. Okay, so now can we build so arbitrary topology, mesh, partial, or triangle or square? Means as per your requirement, you can able to design your topology guide. So actually trees is also will use internet standard implementation to the your tree switches. Some people they will call tree switches, is also we call NEXUS switches. It will be, you can design as per your requirement guide. As I told you that. So this fabric path as per your requirement, you can able to design your network. So add on TTL in layer 2. What is TTL, guys?
Raj, can you repeat?
What is TTL? Add say TTL.
Time to no. I mean time taken to reply basically.
Yes, take time to leave. So how long it takes to reply, right? Okay. when using with a VPC referred to as a VPC plus. Okay, VPC guys, please remember VPC in your Nexus operating system and Ether channel in iOS. Remember guys this. I'll 100% I'm going to ask this question. Okay, the VPC is nothing but you are bundling the ports in the Nexus OS where to get the more bandwidth and just to avoid your spanning tree loop avoidance for the loop free network. Okay, so fabric path configurations, how we can configure. Very few commands necessary. Enable the fabric path, install feature set fabric path, and feature set fabric path. So then you can able to just be enabled and install it. So configuration fabric path VLANs, more fabric path under VLAN, whichever the VLAN you create, and the core port, switch port mode, fabric path. So in Cisco iOS, how we are using switch port mode access, right? Do you remember, guys? Guys, are you there?
Yes, Taj.
Is it all people they have joined today? Sharanya, Aishwarya, Preeti, Vishnu, Poonam, Anjali, Pavitra.
Yes, sir.
All are there, or just you log in and you are roaming at home?
No, sir. We are there, sir.
We're there, sir.
Okay. Jeet also there? She joined for some project. Okay, so let's move on. So I am asking the question, guys. Please answer anyone. So configuring the fabric part to the core port. Okay, in Cisco IS, how we are giving these ports or access port? What is the command? Switch port mode access, right? So here,
Yes, Taj.
switch port mode fabric path. Same command, slight difference. Now, what is VDC, guys? Virtual device context. So VDC is nothing but so in physical device, how we are creating the VLAN. So in Nexus switches, we are creating separate one virtual switch where we can connect our separate data center or separate organization we can give them. Like sharing your switches, virtual device context. Virtual device context used to virtualize physical hardware of the Nexus 7000. So loosely analogy for SDR in Cisco IOS or switches or context in ESA. Okay, so VDC also virtualize the control panel protocol Nexus. Okay, is that it? Okay, so here, so VDC is nothing but so how we create the VLAN, just like we can create the VLAN, and it has got capability for all the, it has got separate admin access, and here we can create your, what are the VLANs we want, we can add your ports, how we are creating the VLANs. So VLAN 40 in VDC 1 is not VLAN 40 in VDC 20. Means he's talking about the, what are the VDC we create, okay. So there we can create, we can do connect your PCs, we can do routing protocol, okay, all this stuff we can able to do it. Why VDC? So multiple logical rows per physical chassis. Example, core aggregation distribution the same box. Okay, what is this? By this is very important features they have come up with by Cisco. So what is that is your VDC. Well, because you know when you create a VLAN in Cisco IOS, it doesn't have the capability for core aggregation and distribution gas. As you can see, core aggregation distribution is not available. So here when you create the VDC, it has got capability for core aggregation distribution on the same box. The same, it has got capability, we can do routing, also we can do it. Multi tenant tenancy. Example, VDC as a managed service to the customers. Okay, so one VDC will give to the customers where he can manage his own data center. Let's remember, guys, one VDC can able to manage one data center, guys, for your organization. Okay. So test lab environment data production of the requirements of the future and CA storage. So this storage will come discussed later. VDC's caveats. Some features cannot coexist in the same VDC. So OTP is not supported and VLAN interface is free. So F2 card and M1 F1 card required. So FCO requires one storage VDC. So if you want to use the separate, means it is nothing but a separate VDC. So we are using separate LAN connectivity or SAN connectivity for the both the sides. Hardware and software version dependency, depending upon which hardware and software we are using. So VDC maximum supports 4 VDC per chassis with 1 supervisor module. Okay, and 4 plus 1 VDC per chassis with the two supervisor module, and 8 plus 1 VDC per chassis with the 2 sup module. No internal cross VDC communications. They don't have capability for communication, but if you want, you can do it. Okay. Example: no route leak links in the VRM. The physical cable can be used to connect the VDC, but they can connect it. We can restrict. They should not communicate with the VDCs. So by default, will be have the VDC exist in all Cisco NEXUS switches and cannot be removed. Once if you create it, as simple as this, guys. When you open the switch, by default, all the ports will be existing in native VLAN, right? In Catalyst switches, native VLAN. This is VLAN 1. Same thing here, VDC 1. Your control VDC port allocation, we can allocate the create VDC and assign your ports. Same thing is talking about. Okay, so do you want this one, guys, break now? We'll take a 15 minutes break and then we'll continue. So then I will show you the this one, guys, diagram for this.
Okay, that's
Okay, so I'll show you this, how this look like. Okay, so just we can stop the recording. So then we'll continue, we'll come back. Okay.
Okay, that's.
Okay.